Hello and welcome back to the channel for some more Prime Cutz, and this time around we have Slaughterhouse Rulez, a 2018 comedy horror directed by Crispian Mills, who was the lead singer of Cooler Shaker, which was a band big in the UK late 90s, part of the Britpop scene. But generally we have Don, who is starting a new term at the posh school Slaughterhouse. He struggles to fit in through this strange school. One of the other main characters here is Simon Pegg as one of the teachers, and we're introduced to the idea of some fracking going on the school grounds, and that is going to be critical. And it is Michael Sheen as the head master. And here Simon Pegg's Meredith talks about how he's struggling with his girlfriend who's recently moved away. Things were filmed at Stowe School near Buckingham. And in a random cameo we have Margot Robbie as Meredith's recently departed girlfriend. And this is something of a running plot throughout the film. We're also here introduced to Don's new roommate, Willoughby, who is also somewhat of a loner within the school. And Don slowly becomes infatuated with Clemsy, who's one of the popular girls in the school. So we're setting up some of that typical school rivalry stuff over a zealous kind of upper six who object to the new kids talking to the popular girl and all that, boarding school comedy stuff. The two guys head out into the woods after some morning exercise punishments and find the fracking tower. And this is the other, I guess, kind of running theme in the film, is the kind of environmental side of the debate around fracking. Part of that, we're introduced to Nick Frost's character, who is an environmental campaigner but also has some connections to the school as well. And the relationship between Don and Clemsy slowly builds up as he doubts his place in this surroundings, having been put into this private school. And he's continuously harassed by basically the bullies and the prefects in the school. But they find out that the fracking has released some gas explosions, and then arguments begin about the nature of the fracking. But also that explosion appears to have released something underground. Something dangerous, perhaps. The film actually, I think, looks pretty good. Particularly in the second half, once the beasties emerge. There's a really cool uses of colour and lighting going on. Having heard the explosions and the screaming in the woods, the two guys set out to go and find out what is going on. Most of the school also have kind of gone home for the weekend at this point. The two girls join them and they discover a creature in the woods which attacks Clemsy, and they take that, after they manage to kill it, to the headmaster to show him what is going on, because he doubts that anything is wrong with the fracking. And as this bit of kind of exposition goes on, one of the big beasties attacks, and we get our first full action scene. I mean, like I say, I love this kind of green motif that goes with the idea that the gas that attracts the beasts is discolouring all naked flames and things. And everybody scrambles to get away in the car, but not everybody makes it in the end. Eventually, Clemsy realises that instead of just leaving, they need to go back and rescue her brother. He was taking part in a strange party slash orgy slash ritual that all the kind of proper upper six posh kids are doing. So we do have a bit of satire on that idea of public school boys club kind of stuff. The kids arm themselves from the lost property box from their Centrillions-esque naughty house. And they set out to go and rescue Clemsy's brother. And this party is very strange, but then the beasts attack and we get some full-on gore going on. Nothing too extreme, but enough to add a bit of edge to the film's proceedings. They manage to get Clemsy's brother and scramble away, and they find Meredith hunkered down in an outbuilding. He's a complete mess, having continuously failed to get hold of Audrey, his girlfriend. But he does manage to pull himself together a little bit and rally the kids. And they head out to find a storehouse where the cadet force holds all their weaponry and stuff. But then it's all gone a bit apocalypse now for the head prefect, who's just gone completely nuts, and he threatens everybody. Eventually there's a scuffle between him and Don, and just as things are about to go bad, that's when beasties. And this sequence is also the end of poor Meredith, who has his Gandalf "run kids run" moment here. So the gang managed to find some tunnels underneath the school, which are tied into a legend of Slaughterhouse and why the local village is called Upper Slaughter, which is a real place. Eventually they managed to find Nick Frost's character in the tunnels, who reveals a bit more of connections between what's going on, before finally they escape, set a fire to the buildup of gas underneath the school, and kaboom! Now this film actually seems to have quite poor reviews, and I'm not sure why. I think it's pretty good. It's a solid mix of comedy and a light bit of horror. There's actually some quite serious material in there about mental health and suicide and bullying, and it's mixed up together with this kind of environmental message. Now, I think possibly part of the problem was because it's got Nick Frost and Simon Pegg in it, people thought they were going to get something much more like Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz, but that's not what this is. It's very much a blending of things like Centrillions with a little bit of Attack the Block. I think it's a well worth a watch. So this one I would actually recommend you take a look at. It's not amazing, but I think it's pretty entertaining. I'll catch up again with you all soon for some more Prime Cutz. See you soon.